Hey guys, welcome back. So got a video for y'all today all about this palette right here. This is the Bad Habit Fantasia Shadow Collection. So pretty. So we are going to talk about the pricing, we'll look at the packaging, we'll look at some swatches, I'll talk about the formula of these shadows and just how they are to work with, and my overall thoughts and opinions on this palette, and then I will also show you a little mini tutorial on how I did this eye look right here. So yeah, that's what we're going to do, so let's get to it. So starting with pricing and packaging, the price of this palette is $16. This is what the outside box looks like. It is beautiful. This is one of my favorites as far as packaging goes. It's just pretty to look at. It's very kind of whimsical and looks like, you know, pink, purple, blue, sky and clouds. It's just pretty. This is what the actual palette looks like. These are kind of a little bit indented, the lettering there, so that's really pretty. The letters are a beautiful metallic-y look to them. This is what the back looks like. Really nice packaging for the price point. I mean, I love the packaging. There is a mirror in here, and it's a good mirror. It's not like a funhouse mirror, so it's a functional mirror. And here is what you get in this palette. So nice collection of mattes and metallic-y, shimmery sort of shades. Overall, it's a fun like collection of neutrals and colorful shades in here. So it's got that kind of like beachy, tropical sort of a vibe to it. But really, I mean, if you like warm tone shadows, you've got a lot up here. And then you've got these fun pops of color down on the bottom there. So maybe that would be like a way of getting out of your comfort zone a little bit. You've still got your neutrals to feel comfortable, but then you've got some colorful shades to play with down there too. So yeah, really fun collection of colors. Now for some swatches. Starting on the top row of the palette, this is Bliss, Stratus, Above It All, Floating, Nimbus. So those are all matte there on that top row. Middle row, this is Sky's the Limit, Horizon, Cirrus, that one is such a pretty color, Weightless, Delirious. Bottom row of the palette, look at these, oh my goodness, so pretty. This one is Euphoria, Dreamland, Ecstatic, Invincible, and Lifted. So there are all the swatches. Then as far as the formula goes on these shadows and how they are to work with, once again, there are different sort of things happening in this palette. So there are mattes, and that's kind of one scenario. There are some metallic-y shades, that's another scenario, and then there are some kind of chunky, shimmery sort of shades. So the mattes are a soft matte formula, so if you've worked with Bad Habit Beauty shadows in the past, you won't be shocked by that. They are just that soft, I wouldn't even use the word powdery. They're just a very soft formula. So you really have to remember to tap off your brush. You are gonna get a little bit of fallout on your face. I mean, if you tap off your brush, that'll help minimize that, but you're gonna get some kind of kick up in your palette. So your palette's gonna look a little bit dirty looking like as you use it and as you play with it. But I really notice not a ton of fallout on the face, especially if you remember to tap off your brush. So that's the mattes. The metallic-y shades like the blue and the green are beautiful. They are super pigmented, really, really nice formula on those. So I love the metallic-y shades. Then there are these chunkier shimmery shades like this one and this one. So these are really beautiful, but they are loosely packed. So they really need some tweaking when you use them. Like you gotta remember to tap off your brush. You will see in the tutorial, I did not remember to do that with this, and I had a ton of fallout, so you have to tap off your brush. And really, I think they need a mixing medium to help kind of hold them together, like a setting spray or something like that. So those need a little bit of tweaking. They're still very, very pretty, but you might have to kind of change around your application technique with those. So kind of different scenarios going on with the formula. Overall, I think it's very workable. Just my overall thoughts and opinions on this palette. Let's just get to it. I really like it. I think it's a pretty fun palette. You know, Bad Habit has so many palettes at this point. I wouldn't say that this is one of my very favorites, but I really do like it. Like, it's up there. I would recommend it, especially if you like warm tone shades and if you're wanting to kind of play around with color a little bit. I think it's a fun palette, and I really do think you can, you know, create some beautiful neutral looks, but also some really intense, crazy, colorful looks too. Okay, so I've already applied some eyeshadow primer and set that. So I'm gonna start with some of Stratus on a Cozette S175 brush. And I'm gonna tap off my brush, And then I'm going to apply that into my crease and transition area. Now I'm going to get some of Above It All on a Cozette D220 brush. Again, tap off my brush and apply that into the same place, but kind of keeping it a little bit lower. Now I'm going to get some of Sky's the Limit. This one is really pretty. And I'm going to wet my brush with some setting spray and apply this onto my lid. This one's kind of like a rose gold coppery sort of a color, like a pinky copper, but then it's got some like duochrome shifting action to it. Just real subtle, but it's very pretty. A ton of fallout with that one, but mostly my fault because I didn't tap off my brush and I got probably way too much product on my brush. So definitely need to tap off your brush and not get like way too much. Now I'm gonna take a pencil brush and get some of Weightless on that brush, tap it off, and then I'm gonna spray it with some setting spray. And I'm gonna put a little bit of this on just kind of the inner part of my eye and bring it over into my inner corner, just barely, but mostly on the inner part of my lid. Like I want just a little peak of this fun golden color. Now I'm gonna get some of Nimbus on a crease brush, tap that off and apply this on the outer part of my eye. Outer third, outer corner, somewhere out there. Now I'm going to apply some liner and mascara, and then I'll be back to do my lower lash line. For liner, I'm going to use my Laura Geller Incredible Waterproof Gel Eyeliner Pencil in Rose Gold, and mascara, I'm going to use my It Cosmetics Superhero. So I'm going to do that real quick, and I'll be right back. So I went ahead and applied some concealer, powder, and bronzer. So for my lower lash line, I'm going to get some of Dreamland on a BH Cosmetics number 10 brush. I'm going to tap that off. This is such a pretty shade. And I am going to get some setting spray. And I'm going to line my lower lash line with this shade. So when I first start applying it, you can see that it's kind of mixing with the other shadows that I was already using. Like just, you know, on the inner corners, you know, eyeshadow just kind of gets everywhere. So at first it starts to look like this, but then when you apply more, you can really see the color. And it's this beautiful bright blue. It's really pigmented. It's a great formula. So I really like this one. It's one of my favorites in the palette. And on the outer corner, I'm going to get some of Euphoria and apply some of that. This one's really pretty too. And again, very pigmented. But just want to kind of deepen up that outer part just a smidgen. And now I'm just going to apply some mascara to my lower lashes. Alright guys, so that wraps up this video. So hope that you really enjoyed it and hope it was helpful for you. Please do a thumbs up if it was, and let me know down below if you've tried this palette. What do you think about it? I love hearing your thoughts and opinions. If you have any questions for me, just ask those down below. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!